Browns, again, active signing and re-signing a couple of players. News from Ian Rappaport, the Browns have agreed to a one-year deal worth up to $2.25 million for cornerback Mike Ford, formerly with the Falcons. Ford, a slot corner, but a really good special teams player, and Mike Ford, obviously, excited to be coming to Cleveland as the Browns went out. And you can be sure special teams assistant head coach Bubba Ventrone, happy to have Mike Ford aboard. Also, the Browns re-sign Jordan Kunaszyk, another guy that is a special teams guy. Played pretty well when given the opportunity in smaller doses with the injuries in the linebacking core a season ago. You see not a whole lot of guaranteed money, but again, two guys on the special teams, Mike Ford and Jordan Kunaszyk. So a good job of trying to address what was a deficiency last year in special teams. Let's welcome in Scott Petrak, Browns beat reporter for the Elyria Chronicle-Telegram, as well as BrownsZone.com. Scott, they're not earth-shattering signings, but they are special teams guys, and anybody who watched the Browns knows they need to be better in that facet of the game.
Yeah, there's no doubt, and I'm glad you mentioned Bubba Ventrone because he talked after he was hired about his ability to evaluate talent, and he said he's already talked to general manager Andrew Berry about that. And there were a couple of guys with the Colts where Bubba came from that were special teamers that were up for free agency, and they seemed like guys maybe the Browns would target. And they signed elsewhere. I don't remember both of them re-signed with the Colts, but I know at least one did. So I felt like, okay, well, what's going to be the special teams move? And it seems like Mike Ford is it. Kunaszyk comes back. Like you said, he's a big special teamer. Played a little bit of defense at the end and then got hurt like the rest of the linebackers did. But yeah, I think it's the first kind of true nod to Bubba Ventrone.
The other thing is Ford does play slot corner, and they're at the current rate, there is not necessarily a volunteer that wants to play slot corner. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, that's interesting. I think last year he played 83 snaps on defense and like 361 on special teams. So,
yep.
I don't know how much the Browns view him as a slot corner. That's, obviously his main position. But I thought A.J. Green, the re-signing of him, he's expected, or he was an exclusive rights free agent. The Browns didn't tender him. I think that's just a kind of procedural thing, but then they signed him to a one-year contract. He seemed like the only other guy besides Greg Newsome II that could play inside last year. So I think that gives him a little more flexibility. I liked A.J. Green. People in the building speak highly of him. When he's played pretty well. But I think the one thing that stood out about that re-signing was that he has some experience playing inside, which Denzel Ward, Martin Emerson Jr. don't.